welcome to our English News Edition. Here are our headlines for tonight. The first flights of Djiboutian pilgrims are planned for tomorrow, according to the Director General of Air Djibouti. The Ivory Coast Salmon back on the list of people unvisited by Ouattara. Thank you for joining us in our newsroom. The Djiboutian government repatriated by plane last night some of its nationals of Diridawa in Ethiopia. Faced with unstable security conditions in the city of Diridawa, the Djiboutian government chartered two aircraft of the Air Djibouti company to repatriate Djiboutian nationals on vacation and wishing to return to their country. A first plane carrying 109 Djiboutian nationals arrived last night at the Djibouti International Airport and was followed by another aircraft carrying 50 people, all families who were on vacation to Diridawa. This is the first contingent wishing to return home and have made the necessary steps to the consulate of Djibouti in Diridawa. Djiboutian nationals were welcomed at the Djibouti International Airport by several government members and senior co-leaders of the country. The Djiboutian government will continue its efforts to ensure the repatriation of all Djiboutians in Diridawa wishing to return to their country, facing problems of insecurity persistence in the city. Moreover, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed chaired yesterday an interministerial meeting at the Prime Minister's office in the presence of the heads of the security services of the palace and the gendarmerie to discuss the latest developments in the situation of Djiboutian tourists to Diridawa and find adequate solutions to guarantee their safety and eventually repatriate them to Djibouti. The government condemned the violence perpetrated against Djiboutian tourists on August 5 and appealed to the Ethiopian authorities to ensure the protection of Djiboutians in the Ethiopian territory. In an interview with National Television General Manager of Air Djibouti, Abdurrahman Ali, said that the first flights of the Djiboutian pilgrims to the Holy Land will begin on Wednesday, tomorrow, the 8th of August. The Air Djibouti General Manager announced that the airline has prepared this year for the pilgrimage to take place in the best conditions. He indicated that 3 flights are scheduled tomorrow and that all registered pilgrims will be on schedule. Finally, he added that the return of the pilgrims will take place under the same conditions and no delay or loss of time will be observed. And concerning the Air Djibouti company, this departure of pilgrims with the national airline is the occasion for us to return to the rebirth of this company. Details with Mohammed Aden.
The national airline Air Djibouti was created in 1963. And it was under the tutelage of the Company of Air France. In 1977, during the declaration of the independence of Djibouti, the company was reorganized financially. The company served all regional capitals. She was also doing 2 daily domestic flights to Tajara and Obok. Its apparatus, recognizable by this frail gazelle of the desert, is a pride for all the Djiboutians. Air Djibouti is one of the oldest companies on the African continent, was dissolved in 2002 after several years of mismanagement. On August 3, 2015, Air Djibouti made its first flight since it went bankrupt in 2002. This flight, which marks the rebirth of the Djiboutian state-owned airline, was carried out between Djibouti and Hargeisa, Somaliland, aboard a cargo plane, Fokker tip, that carried 6 tons of goods. The new airlines remains a national company owned by the state, but its management has been entrusted to the British company Cardiff Aviation. The new airline remains a national airline and marks several flights to several cities in the sub-region. Today, the rebirth of Air Djibouti is seen as a great step forward in the field of transport. It is part of the implementation of the government's strategy to lay the foundation for sustainable development by transforming our country into the must-have business platform. In his speech at the inauguration ceremony of Air Djibouti, Airline President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Magele, said, in a sense, that the start of the activities of this company is Synonymous with a few era for the transport sector, the acquisition of our own airline was an essential precursor to the largely unfolded evolution of our country into an international hub.
The Husseina Center welcomes several dozens of pregnant women every day, especially at-risk pregnancies who come from outpatient consultations in order to benefit from services exclusively dedicated to reproductive health. Indeed, this National Reference Center for Reproductive Health has a file containing all patients followed in the context of management of at-risk pregnancies. To this end, the center has set up a new unit for the management of at-risk pregnancies that contributes to the reduction of maternal and fetal morbidity and mortality linked to risk factors. The aim is to provide specialized antenatal care services to pregnant women with risk factors such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and many more. The International Port of Djibouti hosted Monday the traditional ceremony. Yesterday, Monday, the traditional ceremony of change of command of European Union Atalanta operation aboard the Italian frigate ITS Carlo Margottini. Italian Admiral Malvagna, who has been leading naval air operations for anti-piracy and maritime security support in recent months, has handed over his command to Spanish Admiral Anglais, who will direct operation from the Spanish frigate. At the same time, the Council appointed Vice Admiral Antonio Martorell of the new Spanish Navy commander of the operation to replace Major General Charlie Stickland. The ceremony was attended by representatives of the government of Djibouti, the Spanish government, the diplomatic corps, and the military forces stationed in Djibouti. And on the occasion of this change of command, the ambassador of the European Union in Djibouti, Mr. Adam Kulesh, recalled that this positive assessment on piracy is the result of mobilization of the international community, not only in the goal of preserving freedom of trade in the Gulf of Aden and the entrance to the Red Sea, but also to help Somalia rebuild by promoting the return of this state and the development of the country. Always in the celebration events of World Widow Day that are taking place in the interior regions, this time the Ali Sibih region has celebrated the International Day of Widows. During this occasion, valuable assistance was provided to 25 women who participated in the event by the Ministry of Family and Women in order to improve their living conditions. Sometimes people face difficult periods, making it difficult for them to cope with the difficulties of life, overcome them, and meet their own needs. Assistance was provided according to the widow's time in terms of number of children and their living conditions. This opportunity will provide them with a safe life and create opportunities for widows that can also help protect their children and avoid a cycle of poverty and deprivation between generations. Similar event took place in the region of Dakhil through the Ministry of Women and Family. The government of the Republic of Djibouti has been celebrating this event since 2012. Since then, the Ministry of Women and the Family has celebrated 4 international days. The Ministry of Women and Family wishes to participate in the welfare of widows and contribute to the socio-economic improvement of the families of these widows. And as planned, the widows have received a donation of livestock in order to improve their living conditions. Also in the Obok region, the population has celebrated World Widow Day, and during the celebration of this day, the Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with the UNFD, has donated to each widow 3 goats. In all this event will reach 25 widows and 75 goats. Let's bear in mind that the International Widows Day is a global awareness day that takes place annually. The day was launched by the United Nations in 2010 to raise awareness of the violation of human rights that widows suffer in many countries following the death of their spouse. Heavy rains accompanied by strong winds hit the Dakhil region last night, according to information provided by the Prefect Mohammed Sheko. It would deplore some wounded, including 2 serious and significant material damage. The 2 injured were sent to the health facilities of the Dakhil region to be treated. Houses were damaged, and the squall took away several Djibouti board houses in its ring road. The roofs of some houses were washed away. Dozens of families are stricken because of this climatic phenomenon. They have all lost their household goods. Moving on to the news outside our borders, Ivorian president offers amnesty to former First Lady Simone Gbagbo. More with Hinda Ibrahim.
On the eve of Ivory Coast's 58th Independence Day celebration, President Alassane Ouattara has announced a judicial pardon to about 80 Honduran prisoners. Among those to be pardoned, according to the president, are the former First Lady Simone Gbagbo. The president said in a televised address to the nation. The move is seen as a post to the post-crisis reconstruction in the West African nation following the post-electoral crisis of 2011. Political watchers have called it a good initiative for national reconciliation. Others also pointed to a political movement to help the ruling coalition, which is facing internal crisis. Another high-profile person to be released is senior aide to Parliament Speaker Guillaume Soro.
And in California, fires so far citations prove lethal. More with this video.
With a tower in the bring down one victim in Delhi, escaping hopes of saving his new track, but he could not find the keys. An elderly couple slept as danger erupted, not waking until it was too late to flee down their one-lane road. Another couple who barely missed their chance to drive away handled a pole surrounded by fire and choking smoke. He survived, but she did not. As widely varied stories emerged of how people die in the wine-driving fire that have ravaged northern California. The element common to each tragedy and to many of the tales of people who get out alive was how quickly it happened. Advance warning was measured in minutes.
Tokyo summer temperatures will raise a heat stroke risk at 2020 Olympic Marathon, experts say. Details.
The Hajj for many of the world's more than 1.6 billion Muslims, the chance to join the annual holy pilgrimage to Mecca marks one of the most special moments of their lives. It is a time of devotion, spiritual regeneration, and for many a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is also a massive logistical undertaking for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which recently finished hosting some 2.3.
That's all for this news. Thank you for joining us on RTD channel and have a good night.